Hey there, I'm Matt, co-founder at Helpt.
And I'm David, co-founder at Helpt.
And this is the Cool Kids Table.
This isn't your typical industry podcast. Each month, we sit down with MSPs, vendors, and channel pros to swap stories, share real insights, and have a little fun.
You'll get expert takes along with sports debates and some class clown moments. It's part grade school nostalgia and part real talk about what's going on in business.
No scripts, no sales pitches, just a real lunchroom conversation.
So grab your tray and let's hang out at the Cool Kids Table. Welcome to the Cool Kids Podcast. I am Matt, one of the founders here at Helpt, and I am hosting with my co-founder, David.
Hey everybody. Today we have special guest Martin White. He's the founder of Ruffian Software / TechIDManager. Martin, Tell me why I said slash and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Some people call me Marty, some people call me Martin, some people call me Martine. It's all over the place. Ruffian Software is the company. It has done custom contract software. It has done industrial automation software. TechIDManager is the first of several products that we are releasing. We brought TechIDManager to market in 2019 as privileged account management for MSPs specifically because I worked at an MSP, saw a need, wrote a product to fix it.
So Martin, what table did you sit at in high school?
I sat on the table as you walked in to the left, right by the glass that could look out over where the bus is parked. It was mostly for the very eclectic group of friends I had. I had nerds that sat there with, like I was. We had one or two football players that sat there, and we had some, in retrospect, they were a drug dealer who sat there also. Like, it was a very eclectic table.
What's in your lunchbox?
In my lunchbox, I have the stuff that, like, Moon Pies and Mountain Dew is what I had, like, as a kid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That like didn't look like traditional Mountain Dew, though.
I have a green screen and it's a green can.
All right. Do you have any idea what we're doing today?
Nope.
Fantastic. That's all you need. What'll it be?
Let's go with jock for 100 just to start off and see how these questions go, because I'm not a jock.
What sport would you play at the Olympics?
What is track?
Just track in general.
What is the 400-meter relay?
And who would have to be on the team for you to medal?
There'd have to be 3 copies of Usain Bolt on the team for me to medal.
How about another one?
I'll go class clown for 200.
What's the most absurd client request you've ever had, and how did you solve it?
Oh, I've had some crazy client requests. Can you put a copy of your software on this 3.5-inch floppy so we can put it on the DOS machine that runs our welder robot, which is not connected to the internet?
That's wild. And how many floppies would it have actually taken?
It would have taken a lot. Let's see, it's 1 meg a piece and it's like 40 or 50 floppies. I like the class clown. We'll go class clown 300.
What's something you irrationally pretend you know how to do, but absolutely do not?
What is sailing?
Okay.
I thought I knew how to sail. Since a kid, I've gone to a lake in Maine. It's super smooth. There's super consistent wind. I thought I could sail. One day I ended up owning a sailboat and my wife was like, well, let's go sailing. It's like, okay. So we went to one of the local lakes here. And I was like, yeah, I can sail. I've sailed many times, thousands of times in my life on this lake in Maine and this other lake in New York. Not a problem. Get on the water. I have never sailed on a lake with waves. I was not prepared for what happened there. And she, fortunately, is like a very good sailor who, unbeknownst to me, taught sailing in high school and college. So like she just took over and we sailed and it was a great day. But I was like, oh my God, we're gonna flip. I don't know, there are waves and wind is inconsistent. It was terrible. Anyway.
Goodness, that is insane.
Like a class clown 400.
Which of your name twins is the GOAT? Rank them from forgettable to iconic.
What is GOAT?
Greatest of all time.
Oh.
So we've got Martin Sheen,
Young slang.
Martin Short, Martin Luther King Jr., Martin Freeman, and Martin Lawrence.
All right, we'll go with like forgettable Martin Freeman because I don't know who that is. Then Martin Lawrence because he was hilarious. Yeah. And then Martin Short. Then what is Martin Sheen? And then like most iconic was Martin Luther King Jr. because he made like the biggest change in our society. I love inappropriate questions.
How about another one?
We'll go overachiever 100. See what y'all think y'all know about me.
Like most of us in the industry, you travel often for work. What airport's your favorite and which is your least favorite and why?
What is the Detroit airport? Because that is probably my favorite airport because they have, I think that's where the Tunnel of Love is, right?
I gotta go look that up now.
And what is the Tunnel of Love in an airport?
Dallas Love Field, pedestrian tunnel that was part of the airport's modernization project.
Oh, I thought it was in
does that mean you're changing, or maybe you just mixed up the D's?
Maybe I haven't flown to Detroit in years. Maybe. Look, overachiever 200.
Your company provides privileged account management for MSPs. What's something in your life you'd love someone else to completely manage for you?
What is yard maintenance? What is mowing the yard? What is weed eating? What is cutting the grass? What is pulling weeds?
Okay.
I dislike yard maintenance. One of the previous places I lived was in a city. I live in the country now. It was in the city, and I got a $475 ticket for my grass being too high.
Ooh, wow. There's grass police? How high is too high?
It was over 18 inches.
That's insane. My concrete is not growing. I've got a little concrete pad in my backyard. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I have the good fake grass out here.
Overachiever 400.
You post about AI and ChatGPT specifically a good deal. What's your current opinion and/or use case of this hot topic? How are you using AI?
I use AI to search documentation and put together examples, which is mostly what I used Google and search engines for when they first came out. I have seen a ton about AI, and I have employees that use it in different ways. It's one of my favorite topics, probably my second favorite topic to discuss as far as how society is going to change from AI use.
That's the big deal, right? Like, who's Googling anymore? You're just typing it into the ChatGPT or whatever the AI prompt.
Yeah, I think it will. I don't think it'll replace Google, because there's a lot of holdout from older people who just still want to Google something and search it. But like that AI result, that's the first one. As long as we can get rid of the hallucinations that are in it, it will usurp the search industry.
Google's putting the AI results right there on top. If all of the search results just come from AI, is that going to slow communication, new ideas? I mean, what's going to be the second order impact of that?
I think the second order impact is hard to predict, but I suspect it will be similar to YouTube's content monetization policy, where there was original content made, and then there is content laid on top of content that was second order content. And now they've gone to third order, where it's a talk and a left side and a right side of different content to make people fight the short attention spans. Something similar is going to happen in the AI search space.
I'm sorry, that entire answer was not in the form of a question, so we can't accept it. Let's go on to the next one.
Or I'll go for the big number, the class clown at 500, and see if I can get some of these points back by asking it in the form of a question.
Okay, what's a totally unqualifiable hill you're willing to die on? Pineapple absolutely belongs on pizza, and if you disagree, you're the problem. There's no such thing as too many browser tabs, only not enough monitors, or GIFs are a valid form of professional communication.
Do I have to pick one of these three, or I can go off on my own? And you notice that's the question.
Those are just examples to give you an idea.
What is the chance that AI will end our society and send us back to the Stone Age?
Okay, so you have to assume that people aren't going to misuse it, because if he's able to get ahead by misusing it, somebody absolutely will. So, king for a day, what are you doing to stop that?
I will also die on the hill that technology solves most societal problems. All the way back to the cotton gin. The cotton gin was on its way to solving slavery, other technological solutions on the way to solving other problems of society. There will come some other natural technological advance that will prevent AI from killing our society, whether it is social or the way in which it uses, or it'll use too much power, or it'll become generally aware and we will limit its use and give it rights as a personage, and then it won't be abused by people because it will be a person.
That made me think it was going to be like the Matrix. Eventually, the AI will become benevolent, and for the good of mankind, they will ensure that things like that cannot occur by putting us in little bowls of goo that we can live out our lives in. All right, we have time for one last quick question.
All right, I guess I got to go for one of the 500s. I'll go overachiever 500.
Your job title was computer engineer for over 2 decades. How did that role transform alongside technology over the years?
So when I started as a computer engineer, it was mostly industrial automation. How much industrial automation, how much computer hardware has transitioned, especially in the last 5 years after I founded a company, has transitioned to mostly business sales and software development. Like the computer engineering title from a long time ago when I got it, there was a 1 in the beginning of the year when I got my computer engineering degree. Yeah.
You mentioned that it was a lot of, engineering. and you talk about AI and the use cases for AI, and it seems like the forefront of development right now is in robotics and automation along those lines. Do you think it's going to come full circle where maybe you're going to end your career the way it started by doing the programming for these autonomous robots?
I have looked at that, and I spent the first many years, over a decade of my career, replacing people with robots. And in that entire time, I had to come to terms with technology takes people's jobs sometimes, but it also always enables more productivity for the company and provides a different level of job for almost the same number of people. IBM is a recent great study on this. When they got rid of their HR department for AI, they ended up hiring the near same number of people in creative positions that they fired from their HR jobs, because AI took over all the HR answering questions and stuff. Like, there's an engineering tilt to it. Do I think robots are going to take over the world and do more jobs? Yes. Are people going to accept it? Maybe. Are we going to fight a giant robot war like Terminator 3? Probably. Am I preparing for that? Only casually.
Now I have to go watch Terminator 3.
We're now at our mystery lunchbox question, where you can wager your points to earn a spot on the leaderboard. This is the leaderboard. You've got 2,400 points right now. How many would you like to wager?
I'll wager 3,000 points.
You have 2,400 points.
Starting a company is all about taking out debt. Can I not take out some debt against my point limit?
Not on this one.
I didn't have a good enough pitch deck for that. Well, I'll wager all 2,400 points.
2,400. All right, perfect. And here is the mystery question for 2,400 points. What video game was blamed for a coin shortage in Japan in the 1980s?
Was there like a phone a friend or like a _𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿? None of that stuff, huh?
That's all very year starts with the number 2 type game shows.
Those whippersnapper things. I don't know, in the 80s. I was alive for the whole 80s. I wasn't in Japan though. Frogger would give me a run for being oldest. Space Invaders is probably near that old. Pac-Man's newer, and Donkey Kong is probably the newest. It's in Japan, and Japan is all about the space. Aliens invading and all the space movies. I'm gonna go what is B with Space Invaders.
Space Invaders?
Yeah.
The answer is
yes!
Space Invaders. Looks like they were so popular in Japan, so it launched in 1978, and they would use the 100 yen coins, so that caused an actual shortage. That's insane.
Wow. So I'm on the board, 4,800 points.
Lord,
If only you'd let me take out debt, I could have been even higher. When I was 3, I got hit by a dump truck. I was in the back of a car, and we were sitting at a stoplight, and my mom was driving, and a dump truck just didn't see the stoplight, didn't stop, and plowed through and pushed us all the way through the intersection across the way. My little tiny baby head went down and hit the car seat bar, because it was the car seat bars that came down back then. Jammed my teeth up into my adult teeth and destroyed one of my teeth. Unacceptable!
Did you have like a mohawk or something in high school? Tell me more.
I left high school with a 6-inch goatee and 18-inch long hair and like shaven sides of my head, like giant afro.
You're my new hair hero. Did you say you track, Martin?
I ran track, pole vault, relays, sprints. I ran cross country a little bit, but it was mostly high-speed sprints.
Wow. How fast were you?
My high school was a pretty big high school, but I was the 4th fastest person. I also did pole vault. They clear 11 feet sometimes.
I feel like pole vault it's one of those things where like the only time you ever see it is when something horribly wrong happens.
I didn't watch much TV as a kid because we only had 3 channels. It was pre-internet. It was pre-Facebook.
What? You're not that old. How?
I have 2 grandkids, dude.
What? That's what happens when you have your first at 14.
I saw records, LPs, laser discs, CDs. Yeah, I've seen the whole thing transition. I didn't see 8 tracks. I never had an 8-track.
I'm glad we decided to do this one live.
Right? Oh man, wait, what?
Everyone watching out there on LinkedIn, you're welcome. You've survived the lunchroom. You've earned your seat at the Cool Kids table.
Sweet.
So now where can all our viewers find you?
TechIDManager.com.
That's simple.
Martin at TechIDManager.com. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on all those places where social content is made.
Thanks for joining us, and we appreciate you playing.
Thanks for having us. It's been a lot of fun.